So the beautiful thing about Dubai, I'm sure in Turkey as well, it's time for Salah. You can go to any shop owner and say, brother, I need to read my Salah. He's okay, what?
Come in.
Pray.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people entering Islam now because a lot of people want something like an anchor.
Yes.
You know, a lot of what's happening now, just like everything's becoming very objective.
Yes.
Subjective.
Yes.
And people want an anchoring because at the end of the day, it's what you feel in your heart.
And we all know what happens to a ship without an anchor, don't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Emotions lead to the rationality.
Well, emotion. If you're overtly emotional, then you
Yes.
may be thinking not rationally
Yes.
or reasonably.
Yes, but you need to build a relationship between the emotional and the rational.
Look, we are emotional beings, but if we make decisions based more upon emotions, then we're generally likely to get things wrong.
Come back sober
It'd
next
be a
time.
more fruitful discussion.
Why?
You won't waffle so much.
In waffle, there is reason.
Watching back, you'll see the coherency. You lost it a bit.
You want there to not be any coherency, my friend.
Okay, watch it back.
Some of my family live here, so I come often.
Oh, alhamdulillah. Nice.
Yeah.
Where, in Dubai or?
Dubai, yeah.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah. So I grew up in Dubai.
Oh, nice.
But I lived in the UK for 9 years. Uni, worked here.
Dubai's nice. I like Dubai.
Yeah.
It's very relaxed, you know. It's
Yeah, it's a bit superficial, but it's what you make out of it.
It's what you make out of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you want to go to the mosque, mashallah, you got beautiful mosques.
There's mosque everywhere
Yeah.
and there's prayer rooms in every mall.
Every mall and
comfortable.
yeah. And even if I went when I went
Sounds
to mashallah, and brother, when I went to Dubai, I spent about 8 months in Dubai.
Yeah.
I had a business in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
I had a water sports business.
Okay.
Jet skis, speedboats.
Yeah. Whereabouts in Jumeirah?
No, in Abu Dhabi was behind the Intercontinental Hotel.
Okay, nice.
There's a marina there.
Yeah.
So the beautiful thing about Dubai, I'm sure in Turkey as well, it's time for Salah. You can go to any shop owner and say, brother, I need to read my Salah. He's okay, what?
Come in.
Pray.
Absolutely.
And they give you-
Everyone,
they
there's a
give
lot of
you-
respect for
There's
it.
a lot of respect for it.
There's
And
no
they
stigma.
And they give you Ariane, the yogurt drink, and they say, you're going to take something with you. Perfect stranger. But alhamdulillah, because we're Muslim, we speak as if we're brothers.
Yeah,
Alhamdulillah.
absolutely.
We don't have this,
Absolutely.
who are you? Why are you asking me? Why are you talking to me? Alhamdulillah, we don't have this.
Absolutely. It's wherever you go. It's a community. Alhamdulillah.
You can do that here too.
You can, but there's something about Turkey.
I've done this.
Mashallah, you can. But there's something about the Turkish people, and mashallah, even in the Middle East as well, that there is a level of enthusiasm for meeting your brother or your sister
Yeah.
and then helping them. There's like this real enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And it's very refreshing because you can actually, there's one thing in England we have a saying, I'm sure you have in Turkey and in UAE and what have you as well. Actions speak louder than words.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's very easy to say something, but when the person's demeanor, the actions are really full of love, you feel it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not just the words, subhanAllah.
Yeah, and you see it a lot in like the Middle Eastern culture.
Yes.
People are more willing to like be hospitable and everything.
Alhamdulillah.
But like in this society over here, people are very individualistic.
Yes.
But if you're nice,
Yes.
If you're nice,
Yes.
they will be nice to
They
you.
will be,
You know,
yes.
if you ask someone how are you,
Yes.
I was just saying this to my sister.
Yes.
If you ask someone how are you
Yes.
in London, some people get really like shocked. They're like, what do you mean? I ask
Who
me.
are you? Yeah.
But then as soon as they open up, it's like they're actually as nice
Yes.
as you.
No, alhamdulillah, we're very lucky. I was born
Yeah.
here. The people in England generally are good people.
Yeah, they are.
Much of their ill feeling towards Islam
It's just for the media.
is for the media.
Yeah, but people are waking up,
Of course they are.
and I think there's a lot of people entering Islam now, because a lot of people want something like an anchor.
Yes.
A lot of what's happening now, just like everything's becoming very objective.
Yes.
Subjective.
Yes.
And people want an anchoring, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's what you feel in your heart.
And we all know what happens to a ship without an anchor, don't we?
Yeah, exactly.
The storm
We all have the
comes.
fitra. We all have the fitra, and as soon as you touch it,
Yes.
you come back to
There's
people like
something-
it makes sense.
It's like, the bulb. I look at it like the analogy of the bulb, It's got dirty, and in the world, and all the materialism and everything clouds the bulb,
Absolutely.
And what Islam does is it washes away the dust and the dirt.
Yeah.
And then once again, that innate predisposition to recognize the truth, it illuminates,
Yeah,
it comes out.
absolutely.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, it's just most people. I think like I've interacted with a lot of atheists. A lot of my friends, like Western friends. Whenever I explain to them, like the argument from contingency
Yes.
or whatever, they're like, it makes sense,
Yes.
but they're like, I'm not ready
Yes.
to take that step because subhanAllah, like your desires
Yes.
are like us as humans, we have to be a slave to something.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
leaving out your desires for something that's just a concept, it's
Yes,
hard.
very hard.
But once it really makes sense, it just keeps ringing in your mind.
Allah says this in the Quran. He says, they take themselves as lords, as gods.
Hawa, they're Hawa.
Yeah. Whatever they desire,
Yeah.
it becomes what they do. So they are a slave, but they're a slave to their ego.
Absolutely.
They're a slave for their desires. And Allah says in the Quran that Allah says that you can either enslave yourself to 100 masters, or you enslave yourself to the one.
Yeah,
Allah.
and then that's when you're truly free.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because look, everyone that thinks they're free,
Yeah.
they wear the clothes they wear because the fashion dictates to them what is acceptable.
Absolutely.
They eat the food because of what the fashion of the time, the culture tells them to.
Absolutely.
Even their thinking on aspects of morality are heavily influenced and governed by their society.
100%.
They step out of the line and they'll be ridiculed, and they don't want to be ridiculed.
Yes.
So you are a slave, whether you like it or
You
you
have
don't.
to be a slave as a
Right?
human.
Right.
It's
You can
either
be a slave to yourself.
Yeah, or to your passions, to your desires.
Or to the creator, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a fine line. A good decision to make.
I like your tie, by the way.
Oh, I like your dress, my friend.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm Palestinian.
Palestinian. I can
What about
see.
you?
Half Russian, half English.
Half
Russian.
A Russian?
Half English.
Yeah,
They spread the word well.
You included.
I love the projects that these brothers embark on.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's a very admirable.
When you love the thing that we are embarking on,
Yes.
why don't you join us on that journey?
My friend, we love the same thing. We have different approaches.
So what do you love?
I love knowledge.
Knowledge. We
I
all
love
love
seeking.
knowledge.
I love seeking knowledge. I love fueling the soul.
God tells you to seek knowledge.
What does
God tells you to seek knowledge.
No.
dude?
Knowledge-
but knowledge
knowledge-
can be found from within.
Knowledge is very important.
Yes.
But what is more important than attaining knowledge is to act upon it when you receive it.
It's the combination of reason and emotion.
Of course. But if you don't act upon the knowledge,
Yes.
then the knowledge is useless.
Yes. You need to understand. And how can we act? We emotionally contemplate on it.
Well,
Because reason can
emotionally,
exist.
rationally.
Yes.
Rationally.
Emotions lead to the rationality.
Well, emotion. If
Not always.
you're overtly emotional, then you
Yes.
may be thinking
But-
not rationally
Yes.
or reasonably.
Yes, but you need to build a relationship between the emotional and the rational.
Look, we are emotional beings, but if we make decisions based more upon emotions, then we're generally likely to get things wrong.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they need
I
to
understand.
inform each other in a symbiotic relationship.
But the intellect and the reason should always be paramount to the emotion. If one allows the emotion to override
This is what we
the
can agree
reason-
upon, my friend.
Good. So my question to you is, knowledge. I agree with you. Knowledge is very important. But if that knowledge doesn't benefit you because you don't act upon it, then it's useless.
Why would it stop you benefiting it? What would within the human mind? What would stop you acting on the knowledge that you talk about?
Many people do not adhere to or respect or follow knowledge that is beneficial to themselves.
Why?
Because of personal desires, inclinations.
Would you not argue it's the ego?
emotions. It can be the ego, or
Would you-
or it can be something that perhaps they find difficult because of dependency, for example.
So the ego
Dependence.
prevents true knowledge.
It can do.
Yes.
It can do, yes. So my point to you is, look, people know that alcohol damages the body.
What else does alcohol do?
No, I'm just giving you an
I
example.
know. But what else does it do?
Yet, most people in
Brother,
this
it's good to
country...
see you.
Brother, sorry, sorry.
No, it's okay, we'll
departing
come
from the
back.
conversation.
No, it's okay.
It's always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure,
Sorry if I
we'll
was
come back.
rude and...
No,
left
no,
the
no, it's
conversation.
all right, it's
It was
all right,
really, really
it's
nice
all right.
to meet
You
you.
too, you
Assalamu
too.
alaikum.
Take
Remember
care.
us in your dua, inshallah, that Allah keeps us sincere
Inshallah.
and accepts what we do, and people benefit from it, inshallah.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Take care.
Take care. Assalamu alaikum.
MashaAllah, brother.
So, in Islam, we believe that knowledge is important,
Yes.
but the acting upon that is more important.
No, because within Islam you have a framework where all knowledge ultimately leads to Allah.
Yes.
Yes. So, but can knowledge exist outside of Allah?
No, of course not.
Are you sure?
Because Allah is the anchor of everything.
You need him to be.
Well,
But what about the concept of knowledge?
what's your name? Sorry.
Alexei.
Alexei,
We've
Abbas.
debated before.
Have we really?
We've debated
Okay.
before, my friend.
I think
Yes.
you perhaps weren't dressed so smartly. at
I
that time.
was a different man back
Okay,
then.
different man.
Indeed.
Look, Alexei, the point I'm trying to make to you is, from our paradigm.
Paradigm.
Yeah, from our paradigm, what we
Yes,
believe,
yes.
right? God always existed.
What defines a paradigm?
God Himself.
Yes.
For us.
So he needs to exist for the paradigm to exist.
Of course, for everything to exist, God has to exist.
What is knowledge absent of Allah?
There is no knowledge that is absolute.
Yes, because you need it to be that way.
Or it could be.
No, but you need it in your head.
Hold on a second. Look, you've raised a point. It could either be a figment of my imagination, or it could be the reality.
How is it the reality?
No, I'm just saying. Those are the variables, aren't they?
But where does it come from?
No, that's a separate question.
That's that. Where it comes from informs what it exists. What exists as.
Fundamentally, either God knows everything or He doesn't. There are
You
there's no
need
other
him.
concept.
You need God to know anything or
Okay.
not to know anything.
But-
Why don't you know anything?
Alexei, that doesn't change what I just said to you.
It does.
No.
It does because there is a relationship that you build with God.
Either God does know everything, or He doesn't. No,
Either God exists or he doesn't.
That's
You're already placing me within your paradigm.
That's
No, but you see what you're doing.
I accept that.
No, but I see exactly what you're doing
Yes.
because you're already placing me within the paradigm of your own beliefs. What I'm arguing is that there are different axioms with which to argue these beliefs from. So within your paradigm, God has to exist.
Of course.
But I'm saying when you offer a different paradigm where God doesn't need to exist, you understand the meaning of God himself.
See, Alexei, the point I'm trying to make to you here is this. So let's take the question. Let's take the question a step back, further back, right?
Yeah. Let's step right back to it.
Okay. Either God exists on a logical argument, not from my concept, but as a rational argument.
No, it's only a rational argument if you make it a rational argument.
Alexei, just bear with me.
Yeah.
Is there a reality other than God existing or not existing?
Always exist.
Is there a reality?
What is God?
No, Alexei. We're not going to have a fruitful discussion.
No. Answer my question.
No, Alexei. We're not going to have a fruitful discussion. if we
But why
start
don't you like to answer this question?
Either. I'm asking you, is there another paradigm?
And I'm asking you a question. What is God?
God as is conceptualized generally throughout humanity.
Where does God come from?
You're now moving the goalpost.
No. Where does he come from?
Does God exist?
Prophet Muhammad came in 7th century AD.
Alexei.
Where did God come
Alexei,
from?
the first question that has to be addressed,
What is it?
is does God exist or does God not exist?
As humans, what do we react to?
You're talking like the riddler.
Whoa,
You're
I'm
talking
asking a few questions.
in riddles now.
As humans,
Does he talk like that with you?
He does.
He does? Do you understand what he's talking about?
Yes.
All the time?
All the time.
Be honest.
And I enjoy
Be
it.
as
honest.
humans, what
Be
do we
honest.
react to?
Be honest now.
If I don't, I ask him questions.
See, look, she doesn't even understand you.
But
Why
I
does
do
she-
understand.
why-
She has to ask you to
I do
clarify.
understand.
Why does my relationship with her affect this argument that we're having now?
I understand.
So why did you invoke
It
it?
doesn't affect the argument, but I'm just saying if your own
You're derailing my friend.
If your own partner doesn't understand what you're saying, what
Well,
do
I
I?
never said I
we are
don't.
talking about
You said if
reason,
you
my
don't,
friend.
I have to ask.
We are delving
Through
in.
conversation, I always understand.
We're talking about logical, reasonable points. Why does my relationship with her have anything to do with this?
You're just you're just moving away from.
My friend, I don't think you have the answer, but it's okay.
Oh, was it-
It's okay.
Are you leaving? Or?
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. But
It's not his
It
only
was-
can today.
It was nice meeting you.
it was lovely meeting you.
Yeah, I wish
Come
it,
back sober
it'd
next
been a more
time.
fruitful
Come back
discussion.
Why?
You won't
Alexei,
waffle so much.
In waffle, there is reason.
Watching back, you'll see the coherency. You lost it a bit.
You want there to not be any coherency, my friend.
Okay, watch it back.
I will watch
hey,
it back.
Alexei, it was nice meeting you.
It was lovely meeting you, my
See you later.
friend.
Bye-bye.
See you later.